Sai Ram, my humble salutations to our most dearest Swami, Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Respected brothers and sisters, Jai Sai Ram. My name is Ranjana Ramanaidu and I go to Harrow West Sai Center in London, Region 2. My first introduction to Swami began at the age of 7 in Arusha, Tanzania, through our respected Dhirubhai Gadia in 1971. I was so lucky to have Dr. Gadia and Nanda Auntie as our neighbors. Every Thursday I used to go to Sai Nilayam with my family. During that time, Dr. Gadia used to receive Amrit and Vibhuti materialized by Swami, which he shared with all of us. In 1976, we traveled to UK and left our hometown Arusha behind us. Within 3 months of us arriving in the UK, something tragic happened to us. My father, who was only 52, passed away suddenly, leaving his wife and 2 young daughters behind. As we were growing up, we faced lots of difficulties. My mother's health declined as she went through a deep depression and emotional and mental trauma. We were also facing lots of financial difficulties at the time. As we did not know of the existence of any Sai centers in this country, we could not attend any Sai programs, but we continued praying to Swami. In November 1987, when I was in my early 20s, I reconnected with Swami. I always had Swami's picture in my room, but one day I suddenly felt very emotional, and in my heart I felt a strong urge to connect to his photo and ask Baba for help with the difficulties we were facing. I started to cry out loud and asked him if he could help me and our family. I pleaded with him to help me come to his ashram so I can meet him in person and tell him all my problems. As I had no idea of how I could get to India or his ashram in our situation, nor did I know anybody who had visited Prashanti. In my heart, I knew he had listened to me, and I had faith that he will take care of everything. Within 2 months of this incident, on one Sunday afternoon in January 1988, on my way home, I bumped into my old friend Sheila near Euston Station. We started chatting, and to my amazement, she told me she was going to Russell Square Sai Center. She asked me if I wanted to join her. For a moment, I was completely shocked and dumbfounded, but immediately said yes. She told me she was very early to go to the center, so we sat down for a drink in a nearby cafe to catch up. She asked me how I was, and I explained everything our family was going through. To my surprise, she told me that she and her husband were taking a small group to Prashanti and asked if I wanted to join them. I was even more overwhelmed when she told me that I think Swami wants you to come with your mother to Prashanti. I was speechless. In my mind, I was thinking this was too good to be true and started wondering if I was dreaming or something. Although I was desperate to go, I explained to her my financial situation and that paying for 2 tickets was too much for me. To my surprise, she told me not to worry. She offered to pay for our flight, saying that I could pay for her. I could pay back slowly in installment. I just could not believe this was happening to me. The whole thing felt unbelievable. I still could not believe that this would actually materialize for me. But I was so happy. All of these arrangements were made in the cafe before we had even gone to the Sai Center. Sheila also gave me a very special vibhuti which Swami only gives out in the interview room. We then went together to Russell Square Sai Center. This was the first time I ever visited a Sai Center in the UK. There I met Auntie Puri and Uncle Puri, who had started the center. As soon as I came into the center, the vibration was so divine, loving and welcoming. I really connected with the main picture of the Swami in the center of the shrine. It still had not clicked in my head that all of this was Swami's hand. There was a surprise after surprise, and it almost felt too good to be true. After this, I religiously went to the center with my sister Rajshri every Sunday for Sai bhajans. Meanwhile, I made plans to go on the pilgrimage to Prashanti with my mother. A few months before our pilgrimage, Swami appeared in my dream for the first time. In this dream, he came to our home, slowly materialized before me, and smiled at me. He looked so real. I touched his feet and held his hands and welcomed him into our living room to sit on a chair. The chair turned into a throne surrounded with flowers, and his feet rested on a huge pink lotus. The dream was so real and he was so close that I still remember all the details from his height, the mole on his cheek, and his hair, and his beautiful and loving smile. Everything felt so divine and blissful. He smiled at all three of us and then disappeared into thin air. After this dream, I felt very blissful and connected to Swami, always feeling his presence with me. In July 1988, the moment finally came when my mother and I arrived in Prashanti with our group. I couldn't believe how smoothly he had made all the arrangements, paving the way for us to come to Prashanti and sit in the darshan line in his beautiful ashram enjoying his presence. On our first darshan, we sat on a third line. I remember how Swami came, smiled at us, paying special attention to my mother and I. I couldn't believe all this was happening to me, wondering if I was dreaming. After our blissful pilgrimage, my family and I were given so many opportunities to go to Prashanti more frequently, and I was blessed with many miracles and experiences with Swami that continue to this day. I met my husband Rajesh at Russell Square Sai Center, and I got married into a Sai family. We were blessed with two lovely children, Vivek and Neelam, who were both part of the SSC program and attended and participated in the Sai Center on a regular basis. My husband Rajesh played an active role in the center and was blessed with the opportunity to serve as the Vice Chairman of the UK Council from year 2002 to 2004. To this day, we are all in Swami's fold, and I always feel his presence with me. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Sister Sheila for being Swami's instrument in helping me in 1988 for Swami's pilgrimage. I'm so grateful to Swami and thank him for the beautiful blessings he has showered on me and my family, and how he orchestrated my first journey to Prashanti. Swami always hears your prayers and cries from your heart. He has his ways to make things happen for you, and nothing is impossible for him. All you need is devotion, love, and faith, and the rest he will take care of. My humble pranams to our beloved Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Jai Sai Ram.